Hello everyone, hi, welcome. It's another week here at TGCTours.com. Another week, it's another challenge. Two events last week. We're going to take a quick look at the results of that in just a brief little moment. I don't know why the cursor, when I'm alt-tabbed out, still follows in the game window. That's really weird. But first thing first, last week, let's look at the regular event from last week, the Snuggie Classic at Orion Ranch. We finished 31st out of 141 participants. We were a couple of strokes away from the coveted promotion spot. We're about 3 strokes behind getting another promotion mark. So hopefully that's something we can kick on with and improve this week. The promotion event, we finished 747th out of 931. Not a great performance there. It doesn't show here in this result screen. It does show in the spreadsheet, but I'll not get into that right now. But we were 1 stroke off of a promotion up to the CCJ division, which I'm really gutted about. But you know what? Perhaps CCK is probably the best balanced place that I can possibly be right now. So maybe that's not an altogether terrible thing to worry about. I'm just going to do a quick refresh here on this leaderboard. So there's 64 participants on the board already. Top score in round 1 is a 5 under. And bottom score is a 14 over, and by Christian Lieber, one of our comment section regulars. Sorry to see you performing so bad. Hopefully you'll bounce back in round 2, but probably not going to be enough to save yourself from a cut this week, unfortunately. We did play a practice round last night offline. We finished our practice round last night, I believe it was either 2 under or 3 under. So that should leave us in a good starting position, because I believe we start with really bad conditions. Take a look at the golf rankings here, which should be up to date. Now I've filtered it down just between Ireland and Northern Ireland, just so that I can easily find myself down here. But I believe I'm down here, 2247 is where I'm at, which you can probably see in the webcam window there. Up 12 from last week. Chris Wilson up 223 spots from last week. Way to go, Chris. Good job. You're up in CCJ. Other big movers, Bobby Blute promoted all the way up to Kinetic from the promotion event, up 119 spots to 642nd overall. Love to see the Irish doing so well. We've got 6 between the Republic and Northern Ireland. We've got 6 players up in Platinum tier, which is absolutely fantastic, given how small the pool of players that we have in this country is. But we're going to dive in right now into the regular event here. I think first it's probably going to tell us, oh yeah, it's alright, it's just going to go through the results of the last event. And we are going to dive right in. Now, we did make a little brief change in our practice event from yesterday to our golf bag. We are rocking the 10.5 degree driver, the Bridgestone Tour B JGR, just for a little bit more distance. And hopefully, with a little bit of practice, we'll get used to the swing on this and should be in a good position. We were using the Titleist TS3, or was it the TS2? It was the TS3 is what we were using. So we're getting a bit more shot shaping and forgiveness and distance control. But we are giving that up a little bit in order to get a better swing play and get a better distance. The rest of our clubs have stayed the same. So we're still on the Titleist irons here. We're still on, I believe it's the Ben Hogan's. Yeah, it's the Ben Hogan Equalizer wedges. Simply because I'm pretty happy with my lob and sand wedge distances, and I want to just keep everything consistent there. I still have, I believe that is, what's that? Wilson D7, that's a 4 hybrid. Even though it says 3 on there, that's actually a 4 hybrid. And then we've got the Mizuno ST200 3 wood. Probably should change that to the title as TS3 actually. I mean, they're both the same stats, so I don't really see the need to change. But I'm happy enough with what I have at the moment, and that's fine. And putter doesn't make a difference. So we're going to dive straight in. After a brief little golf bag review. I know I could have probably splintered that off into a separate video, but... Alright, round 1. Do have strong winds facing us, 9 mile an hour. And hopefully we can get off to a good start here. Move my freaking headphone cable out of the way. Do a couple of practice swings just to get into the rhythm. Slide fast. Another slide fast. That's a perfect. That's a fast. That is going exactly where I put it in my practice round yesterday actually, which is just to the left of those bunkers, but it is right on the fairway, and that is a good solid start for us. We're shooting into wind, and it is pretty... 9 mile an hour one's pretty heavy wind, so I'm going to club up to the 4 iron. Plus we also have the incline increase here, so we do have to contend with that a little bit also. I'm going to aim a little bit right of the pin because I usually do go slightly fast, and I was correct there. Alright, touch down on the green and just stay on there. Beautiful approach shot. Nice green and regulation pretty early on here. 13 footer for birdie. Be a great start to the round here. Sit. And drops. Let's go. That's a great start. Already 1 under. Hopefully that's a statement of intent. That's a start as you mean to go on moment for sure. 11 mile an hour winds coming into our face right now. And we are going up 8 yards, so definitely want to club up to the 4 iron here. 5 iron is going to leave us short after the wind. 4 iron, definitely get us there. Take a practice swing or two just to kind of make sure I have the rhythm of it. That's very slow. I knew that was very slow as soon as I swung at it. That's a slide fast. That's another red fast. Oh, this might roll off the green on the far side. Actually, it mightn't even make it that far. No, it does make it onto the green. It does leave us quite far away from the pin though, which is not ideal. It's 33 feet. There's a bit of break on here. It looks quite fast. This could be a tricky long range putt. That looks good. Looks good! Just a little bit undercut. If I aimed a little bit higher, that definitely would have went in. But look, that's totally okay. For a 33-foot putt, it's nice to get that close and, you know, still leave ourselves in a good spot for a 2-tap Tony, as we like to call them here. Alright, 3rd hole. I really like I like the tee boxes on this course. They look really, really nice. Okay, this is bunker time, which we definitely want to avoid. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna smash this with the 3-wood and hopefully we can land somewhere. Actually, you know what? We could probably hit it with a driver onto the upper deck here. It might be a better option. Send it, kid. Well, that's heading straight for the bunkers. Oh no. Oh, that's a poor lie. That is a poor lie for us. 14-foot decline, and we're shooting with 10 mile an hour wind blowing into us. I don't feel like I need to club up to get out of here. I probably should, just to be on the safe side. but I feel like the wind plus the drop in altitude and this roll here as well, if we manage to clip that, I don't feel like we need to move up to the 8-iron. We were right to stay with the 9 where we were. It is going to break left a little bit. Not as much as I probably would have liked, but we are still within a decent distance of the hole. We've got a little bit of a downhill stretch from where we're sitting. Got a little bit of a break. We can still make birdie here on this 17-footer. That looks good. Ah, oh, just rimmed out. That's unlucky. That's unlucky. We were close. I can definitely take take the positives out of here, and say, hey, like that was a very close round. Love to see it. Love to see it. Up 18 feet. With 10-mile-an-hour winds pushing back. I'll put a little bit of backwards spin on this. Maybe a slight de-loft just to make sure it doesn't go up onto that upper deck here. Oh, that's a perfect. I wanted a slight red fast on that just to balance out the wind here, but that's going to roll all the way down to the bottom of that hill. That's not the shot we wanted right there. It's funny that, you know, a lot of the TGC players will say this, and I'm actually with them to a degree, even if it does hurt my game. But when you're playing for red fast and then you hit a perfect and you completely screwed up your shot, I feel like that's, you know, it's justified in a way, really, because you know, you should be playing for perfects. Like, fast and slow should be detrimental to your game, not advantageous. Oh, that's cut too far over. Oof. That's our first trip to Bogey Town here. But yeah, as I was saying, you should be in a position where you have to battle for perfects, and perfects get you to the maximum distance. You shouldn't be shooting for red fast or whatever. Oof. Speaking of red fast, that's a clunker. Definitely should have taken a practice swing there, but we're lucky that a lot of this course is wide open fairways, so we do manage to get away largely unpunished for those, for the most part. At least until you get into like hitting on the greens here, like we're about to do now. Lower altitude, plus 10-mile-an-hour wind. It is a perfect. It is going to go slightly left with the wind. It's going to touch down nice and close towards the center of the green. Bang in the middle, right on the pin shadow. There's a little bit of break here. We can get our birdie back here and get back under par again if we play our cards right. Don't want to put this too far because then it'll roll off the green. I do need to be careful about the power control. Thought that was going to break more than that. That's unfortunate. Still made par though. That's alright. That's perfectly okay, I think. Think being like the major operative word there. I think that'll be alright. It's not exactly the air of confidence that you would think it is. Okay. If I can land up here and maybe break down and roll towards the pin, that would be great. There's a slight fast. Wind is going to carry it back up onto this upper deck though. I don't think we're going to catch that roll though. Oh no, we are. How close will it leave us to the pin, though? That's the big question. Still quite a distance away. Probably not where we want it to be. 17 foot away. It's not impossible. But we haven't been hitting these with, especially ones with as much break as this, with the consistency that I would perhaps like. So let's just see how we do here. That looks good. That's not quite good enough, unfortunately. Well, we are going to tap that down, take our par, and we're going to move on to the next hole. We're doing okay. In our practice round, we actually bogeyed the first hole and parred the next 7 and didn't get our birdie back until the 9th hole. So we're kind of ahead of, for lack of a better term, we're kind of ahead of schedule right now. This needs to be a super send in order to avoid these bunkers here. It is a par 5, but I would like to finish ahead of the bunkers there, if at all possible. That's fasted, so we're going to be in the bunkers here on the far side, actually. Or maybe we might be able to avoid them. We can just land outside the sand, because that's fairway there. And that will certainly be advantageous. We can get this over the top here with the 3-wood. I don't even mind if it rolls all the way off the green over here. I don't think it will, because again, we're up altitude and we're shooting into wind. So I feel like we might be able to get it to stay on the green here. It is fast, so it's going right into that bunker, unfortunately. Like, it's a par 5 and we're pretty close. So I'm not altogether disappointed that we find ourselves in a bad position here. Maybe I shouldn't have clubbed up there, but that's okay. We're still in a spot where we can make birdie here. Maybe a better look at the ground here. It's kind of a tough read. I don't think it's going to break as much as I would, as much as the grid is letting on here. I was right! That's a great one to get back. That's a great shot to get back. Getting things from par 5s is big for us. We need to stop coming away from par 5s empty-handed. It's definitely a part of the game that we need to improve upon. It's a slight fast. It's also a slight fast. It's a very big fast. Looks like we're going to avoid the bunkers, though. That's the important part. But is it going to? Oh, we are gonna not quite get the kick, and we're going to avoid the rough, which is also very good for us. That's a pretty solid first shot right there. A little bit of spin back on the gap wedge just to make sure it doesn't roll out too far. I don't want it to hit that red run on the back side of the pin there, because then it's just going to roll back down and into that bunker. Now, if I can do anything I can to slow the ball down on its approach, that is definitely going to be advantageous to us. That's beautiful. That is a great send right down the center. Another green in regulation. Don't think this is going to break that much. Perfect. Another birdie. You love to see it. You love to see it. 2 under par. And we're not even out of the front 9 yet. Considering that the top of the leaderboard will be, I think, if memory serves me well, I'm not all tabbing back out to look at it again. But I think the top of the leaderboard so far, like midway through day 1, was 5 under par. So we're in a good position to At least if we can stay consistent with the way that we're going, we can probably finish this round 3 or 4 under. Actually, this is a par 5. We might even be able to get it finished 3 under. This is gonna way overshoot the hole, especially with the wind in consideration. But like, if we can get it close, we might even be able to get a hole out here for eagle if we're lucky. Actually, I think the lob wedge splash, and then just tap it in for birdie, is probably the way to go. I actually D-loft and put a slight little bit of backspin here. We might even be able to get close here. No, not with a fast like that. We're not. Oh, that's a mistake. Shouldn't have moved up from the lob. Shouldn't have moved up from the lob wedge. That's taking a birdieable position, and now we're going to be lucky to get a par out of it. Yeah, no, that's going too far the other direction. Yeah, we'll be lucky if we get a par out of this now. That's going wide left. We won't even get a par out of it. We're going to get a bogey. That's poor shot selection. Should not have done that. Absolutely should not have done that. I should have just played it safe instead of risking it. And now we're back to only a 1 under. This is quite a long par 5. Back-to-back par 5s here. 611 yards. Oof, and that is a brutal drive that is... I was going to say going to go somewhat unpunished, but we are in heavy rough here. Yeah, there's no way we're going to make that final clearance, so... I'm going to try and crawl out of here with the hybrid. At least get landed on the edge of this little fairway stretch here. And now we've got ourselves, we're basically in a par 3 situation here now. A 7 iron with a little bit of D-loft and backspin. Should get over and leave us in a decent position, except for the slow. Oh no. Where is this going to land? In the bunker. Of course it lands in the bunker. And that's what happens when you count your chickens before they start hatching. Is you find yourself in these bad positions. And all of a sudden that promising round that you had all lined up is gone right out the window. Somehow managed to escape that with a par. That's definitely not the way we wanted that hole to go. Especially when we literally just talked about our consistency being relatively good, and then, you know, we we go and beans it like that. We do have heavy winds, so we're going to aim left of the hole this time. It's a slight fast wind, should correct it slightly towards the pin. It's a good touchdown if it can just stay where it is. Beautiful. Love to see it. Could make a birdie here from this 14-footer. Don't want to hit it too hard. Don't want it to roll all the way down. Skimmed the rim. Got slightly close. I'm going to just knock it down for a par. Look, we're still 1 under in probably not great conditions. I mean, the wind is still strong. But considering that our practice round went better than this, you know, I am still a little disappointed, obviously. that things aren't going as well as they did do. And I kind of took a brief little like preview of the course for myself. We're going up 37 feet. Maybe time to narrow the angle on this. It's a D-loft. It's just to try and get us actually up there on the green. That's slowed as well. It's gonna roll into the bunker. I thought it might have just missed the bunker. It stayed out on the, was it light rough or fairway there? I can't remember even. Splash it up and leave us close for par. Or not. Or not. This is we could be looking at another bogey situation here. Unless this putt is accurate. Just not enough. Just not enough. That's a disappointment there. And we find ourselves back down at even ball again. And definitely thought we could have got something from this, but okay, 58 feet decline and we've got wind. Got a little bit of backspin on here. Go with the double club down. See how close this can get us. It is. Oh, it's going to overshoot the hole completely. It's going to overshoot the green completely. And we're going to be chipping from the light rough. It's not the way I drew up this hole going. Can still get out of this one with par though. And we do. When I played my practice game yesterday on this, the wind was a lot stronger. It was nearly like 12 mile an hour, so I don't know, maybe I got my settings wrong and started playing too extreme. Slide fast here. This is gonna probably roll off the far side of the green. There's pretty heavy bounce there. Just about gets onto the fringe. Onto the fringe is fine because we can like chip back. This would be a fantastic eagle if we can get it. Slowed it though. Does leave us close to the pin so we can get a birdie though. And a birdie we shall get. We find ourselves back under par again. That's okay. That is perfectly fine. Eagle would have been great to get, but we haven't been getting very many of them, so you know I wasn't gonna hold out hope for it. Oof, that is a disgusting drive. That's gonna probably land in the heavy rough. No. I am surprised. Managed to get a 343 yarder and still managed to get it to bounce and break into the fairway there. Okay, looking at the lie, we don't want to see ourselves falling short. We are going up 11 feet. If I club down to the 9-iron, that's definitely not going to make it up onto the upper reaches there. Especially with the altitude increase. Next thing I do is just stick a lot of backspin in it just to try and get it to stop as soon as it hits the ground and then hope for the best. That is probably it's not the best approach shot by any means because, you know, it overshot the pin by so far. And it's left us with a little bit of a downhill putt here. So, we do need to be careful of both our distance, our power and our break. Birdie opportunity coming up. That looks good. That looks good! That looks good! Let's go! That's a great one to get. I'm really happy with that putt. Measured to perfection, and we're going to get a replay of it too. Oh, that is well in. Absolutely beautiful from 24 feet out. You love hitting the long ones like that. Anything over 20 feet, you're just like, man, that's magic. That is a whole lot of magic. Not really strong winds taking us here onto the 16th, but it is starting to die down a little bit. Oof, that's a chunker of a drive, but it is 105% power, so I don't know where this is going to land. In the bunker. It's so bad, dude. It's so bad. Just gotta try and work this one out. Come on, stay out of the bunker. Stay out of the bunker. No, I said stay out of the bunker. I said stay out though. I said stay out though. Y'all heard me. It's a good approach. It's a good approach. We can still get a birdie here. Again, we're going slightly downhill with a lot of break. Do need to be careful with our power here. Too short. That's bad. It's actually left us with a tougher putt going back up the hill now. But we still make it for par. 2 bunkers in 1 hole is not great. Getting nothing from a par 5 is also not great. So that one stings a little. 17th hole. This is nice. This is beautiful up here. If we can get the ball to stay up here, that'll be really nice. I forget what I done here this last round. I believe I still hit it with the 5-iron. I'm just gonna stand it and find out. That's not bad as long as it doesn't roll off the other side. I think it's gonna stay on the green. It's getting close to that fringe though. Yeah, that's just gonna settle in the fringe. It's okay. We've made these before. We have made these. That looks like it's gonna just fall short. Oh, that was so close. That was so close. That would have been a great chip to get. Look, we're 2 under. That's alright. If we can just hold on to this, get a... Okay, we are driving into the wind. We can't... If we're driving with the wind, there's a very high percentage chance that we could absolutely make the green on this. But given what happened earlier when we tried to go for it and then we catastrophically missed, I think taking the safe approach here is probably going to work out better for us. We're just going to drive it right down and just make sure we hit our fairway. That's fine. We've got quite the pitch up the way to get ourselves approaching. There's a fast and the wind is going to carry it. It's going to stay on the green though. Alright. 17-footer with a slight downhill for birdie. That's going well wide. As long as it doesn't go down the hill. As long as it doesn't go down the hill. And we will hold on to our par and we'll go in at the end of the first round 2 under par. It's been a bit of an all over the place round. Definitely some shots that I want to take back. Still a lot to be proud of, however, as we approach the vaunted level 100 in the game, and we are getting close to maxing out our season pass here as well, which is also very good. So thank you all very much for watching. Like, follow, and subscribe, all that good stuff if you enjoyed what you watched. If you're also in CCK, leave a hello in the comments. I'll come check you out on the scoreboard, see how you're getting on. If you're on YouTube or Twitch, I'll maybe even watch along, see how you get on. But for now, we're going to take a quick little break in the recording session here. We're going to come back with round 2, which you'll see tomorrow on Tuesday. So thanks again. I'll see you guys next time.